Good afternoon and a very warm welcome back to the channel. So ever since the Royal Enfield Himalayan 411 was released back in 2016, people have been crying out for the parallel twin engine from the Interceptor and the Continental GT to be put in the Himalayan. But it looks as though our prayers may finally have been answered. But is it a good thing? Let's take a look. So I'm going to be honest, folks, I didn't see this coming. I thought the days of the 650 engine going into the Himalayan were long gone, due to the fact that they released the 452 Himalayan just in March of last year. So it kind of leads me to ask the question, why do we need three Himalayans in the lineup? The current 450 is buttery smooth, really nice engine, and pushes out 40 brake horsepower, whereas if we look at the twin in the 650 range from Royal Enfield, they're only pushing out 47 brake horsepower. So at least from a power point of view, there's not a massive difference there. So why could Royal Enfield be doing this? Well, there's a couple of reasons. Yes, the power outputs are the same, but being a single, as smooth as that engine is, there will be slightly more vibes from a single than from a twin. The second thing is that the 650 engine is air-cooled, whereas the 450 engine is liquid-cooled. So that means that for the home mechanic, maintenance is going to be just that little bit easier. And the third thing, and probably the most important thing, is that a twin engine is always going to be smoother than a single. So if you want to do a little bit of touring on the bike, the 650, when it's released, is probably going to suit your needs a little bit better. But that being said, take nothing away from the 450 Himalayan. At higher speeds, it's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that engine at all, in my opinion. Because of the power figures being so close together, this has led a lot of people to kind of speculate that the 650 engine is going to be brought out to 750 or even 850cc. And to be completely honest, that wouldn't surprise me. It would make sense to have the outgoing kind of 411 sitting at 24 horsepower, then the new improved 450 sitting at 40 brake horsepower, and there may be a 750, 850 variant somewhere around 60 brake horsepower, which again is just going to make touring that little bit easier if that's what you want to do on the bike. So it's exciting obviously to have options for different motorcycles, especially if you're a bit of a Royal Enfield fanboy like myself, but I can't help thinking if you've just purchased a 450 Himalayan, if it were me personally, I'd be a little bit frustrated and a little bit annoyed that Royal Enfield, just 12 months after bringing that bike out, and now potentially bringing another one to the market in the not too distant future. Now you could sit there and say, well, they must be bringing out the new bike because the 450 hasn't done that well. Actually, especially in the UK domestic market, it has. Obviously, Royal Enfield's a worldwide brand. I haven't looked at all of the sales figures for overseas. It would take me an awful long while. So in the UK, at least, for the first 2 quarters of 2024, the Himalayan 450 was the 10th best-selling bike in the UK. Now, bearing in mind that didn't come out until March, it did pretty well in that second quarter. So I don't think sales of that 450 are necessarily a problem for Royal Enfield. You could be forgiven for thinking that, though, if you look at all the discounts that are on offer. If you've got Facebook, I'm sure you've seen these popping up all over the place that 450 Himalayans are being sold at £5,000, which is about £700 or £800 under the recommended retail price. But there is actually a reason for this. If you look into it a little bit further, as of January the 1st, Euro 5 plus emission rules were put into place. And I'm assuming that 450 engine in the current Himalayan wouldn't pass those regs. So what dealers have obviously done on the lead up to the new year is heavily discounted them, or what we're seeing now a lot of is having pre-registered bikes for, like I said, a £700 or £800 discount. So if you're in the market for a new adventure bike in this early part of 2025, now could be the time to pick up one of those 452 Himalayans at a discounted price. Or you might just want to bide your time and wait until the 650, 750, whatever engine it has in, comes out in whenever it comes out. So yeah, exciting to have new options. Little bit of a strange move from Enfield. Surprising they made the new 450 engine and they didn't just put a 650 or 750 in it straight away. But yeah, time will tell, I guess. But I hope you found that useful, folks. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Ride safe, take care, and until the next time, goodbye.